I have some delicious Easter desserts to share with y'all today. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Valerie, and this is TheHargettLife. Today's video is part of an Easter dinner collab hosted by myself and my friend Amanda from Faith Food and Family. Me and Amanda got a handful of friends together to share recipes that will be perfect for Easter. We're all making different things, so please check out the playlist linked below for a complete Easter dinner. We have Taylor Elmore doing salads, Megan from Megan's Kitchen making the appetizers, Sammy from managing the maze with the main course, my co-host Amanda from Faith Food and Family making sides, and me with one of my favorite things to make, desserts. So please check out the playlist. I'm sure you'll find lots of delicious recipes. And if you're coming over from the playlist, welcome. I do lots of cooking on my channel. I will love it if you would hit that subscribe button, stick around, and become part of my YouTube family. I have 4 Easter dessert recipes to share, so let's get started. This first recipe is a banana pudding poke cake. You'll need bananas, milk, vanilla wafers, instant banana pudding, a yellow cake mix, oil, eggs, and Cool Whip topping. To start, you'll need 3 large bananas. They'll need to be mashed. You can do this with a fork, or you can do like me and just use the mixer. Now add in 3 eggs and 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. Give this a quick little mix. Now add in 1 box of yellow cake mix. Mix until everything is well combined. Lightly grease a 9 by 13 inch baking dish. I'm spraying mine with a little nonstick spray. Now pour in that cake batter. Smooth it out as evenly as possible. Now bake this at 350 for 30 to 35 minutes. Let it cool for just a few minutes. Now I'm poking holes all over the top of the cake. You can do this with a wooden spoon, and a mixer attachment works good too. Now move this to the side and we'll start on our pudding. In a large bowl, add in 2 of the 3.4 ounce boxes of instant banana pudding, along with 3 cups of milk. Mix that until just well combined. I add the milk in half at a time, just so it doesn't splash everywhere and make a huge mess. And you only have to mix this until all the lumps are gone. You're not looking for it to be really thick, because we want it to be able to go down into those holes on the cake. Now grab the cake and pour on half of that pudding mixture. I use my spatula and try to work it into those holes. Now pour on the rest of that pudding mixture and evenly spread it out. Now cover this with some plastic wrap, and I put it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours until that pudding was set. This has completely cooled and set. I'm ready to serve it, so I'm going to go ahead and make the topping. I sliced up 3 large bananas and placed them evenly over the entire top of the cake. I have a box of vanilla wafers. I reserved 15 for topping and crushed the rest. Then I sprinkled almost all of those over the banana slices. I've got an 8-ounce container of the whipped topping. I'm going to evenly spoon it over the top. Try to gently and evenly spread this out. I find it easiest to try to work from the middle out to try not to move around those vanilla wafers too much. I topped it with the 15 vanilla wafers that I had reserved earlier, and I sprinkled over a few crushed ones too. This banana pudding poke cake is absolutely delicious. It's easy to make ahead, and it will be perfect to take to an Easter dinner. Before I forget, I want to say a huge thank you to the 4 amazing ladies that collabed with me on this progressive Easter dinner. This has been so much fun. This next recipe is one of my favorites. It's an Easter dirt cake. You'll need cream cheese, milk, instant vanilla pudding, vanilla extract, Oreos, whipped topping, Peeps, Easter egg-shaped candy, powdered sugar, and butter. You'll start out with a 19-ounce package of Oreos or chocolate sandwich cookies. I poured mine into a gallon-sized Ziploc bag and crushed them with my rolling pin. I poured half of those crushed cookies evenly onto the bottom of a 9 by 13 inch baking dish. Push that to the side and we'll start on the filling. In a large bowl, I'm adding an 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese and 1 stick of softened butter. Mix those together until they're smooth. Now add in 1 cup of powdered sugar and mix that until everything is well combined. Now to that, add in a 16-ounce container of whipped topping. I added it a little at a time. The recipe says to fold it in. I started out that way, but then I ended up using my mixer. Push that to the side. Now to a separate bowl, add in 2 of the 3.4-ounce packages of instant vanilla pudding, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 3 cups of milk. Mix that for a couple minutes until it starts to thicken. Now take the pudding mixture and add it to the cream cheese mixture. This was supposed to be folded in also, but I just grabbed my mixer again. Now pour all of that over the bottom half of those crushed cookies. Now sprinkle over the other half of those crushed cookies. Now cover this and keep it refrigerated until you're ready to serve. You can decorate this right before serving. I'm using bunny peeps, candy robin eggs, green sugar sprinkles, and some cream cheese frosting as glue. I put some cream cheese frosting in a Ziploc bag and snipped the corner off. I squeezed a little bit everywhere I wanted to put a bunny. Then I placed a bunny on top. That was the only way I could get them to stand up. Then I added a little green sanding sugar to look like grass. I ended up adding even more grass. Then the cute little robin eggs, which are actually the Whopper candy. I really had so much fun decorating this. I love decorating cakes and stuff too, so this was right up my alley. This has to be one of the cutest Easter desserts I have ever seen. And it was so good. I really think you'll love it. This next recipe is a super easy 3-ingredient JELL-O pudding pie. You'll need instant pudding, heavy whipping cream, and a pie crust. Starting off with the crust, I'm using a 9-inch pie plate, the regular kind, not the deep dish. I unrolled 1 refrigerated pie crust, pressed it into that pie plate. I folded under the edges, and then I tried to get fancy and do a little crimp. I think it turned out pretty good actually. I pricked the bottom all over with a fork and then baked it according to the directions on the package. And here it is. You could also use a frozen pie crust or even a graham cracker crust. Set that aside to cool. In a large bowl, I'm adding in a 5.9-ounce box of instant chocolate pudding. I'm following the directions here, but making 1 substitute. It calls for 3 cups of milk. I'm replacing that with 3 cups of heavy whipping cream. Now I'm adding in that 5.9-ounce package of instant pudding. Now mix until everything is well combined. This mixture gets very thick, so make sure you mix it well. If you wanted to change up the recipe, you could always switch out the chocolate instant pudding for a different instant pudding mix flavor. You could use vanilla, cookies and cream, butterscotch, coconut cream, cheesecake. You could really get creative with this. Now spoon that mixture into the cooled pie crust and spread it out evenly. Now refrigerate this for at least 2 hours to completely set. I made it simple and just topped this with some whipped topping. This was my first time making this, and it turned out to be one of my husband's favorite new recipes. This was delicious. This last recipe is a carrot pineapple sunshine cake. You'll need vanilla instant pudding, a carrot cake mix, crushed pineapple, vegetable oil, whipped topping, and eggs. To a large bowl, I added in 1 box of carrot cake mix. The recipe calls for 2 8-ounce cans of crushed pineapple with juice. I couldn't find that size, so I used a 15-ounce can and divided it in half. Now add 1/2 of the crushed pineapple with the juice to the cake mix, along with 4 eggs and 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Give this a really good mix. Now pour it into a lightly greased 9 by 13 inch baking dish. Spread it out evenly and bake it at 350 for 30 to 35 minutes. When it's done, let it cool completely before making the topping. To make the topping, in a large bowl, I'm adding in the other half of that can of crushed pineapple with the juice, along with a small box of instant vanilla pudding and an 8-ounce container of whipped topping. Mix that until everything is well combined. Now take that mixture and spread it out evenly over that cake. I opened up another can of crushed pineapple. I drained it very well and sprinkled that over the top. We all really loved this cake. The original recipe for the pineapple sunshine cake calls for a yellow cake mix, but I switched that out for a carrot cake mix to make it more Eastery, and I am so glad I did. I will definitely make this again. Well, y'all, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out the playlist below for the complete Easter dinner. And please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I will see you in the next one.